This is The Girl He Wanted, a Paige King mystery, Book 7, written by Blake Pierce, narrated by Susannah Resnikoff. Prologue. Jill looked up at the imposing clock tower stretching above her as the night rain lashed her face and felt a pang of fear. She pulled her hand away from Dave's and stood there, staring at him, wondering. She knew that he could be reckless, yet she also loved him for that adventurousness. "Come on," he said, coaxing her to follow him. "Don't be scared." "I don't want to go up there," she replied. It was only partly true. She was afraid of the potential for getting in trouble, but also a little excited by the danger of it all. "It's not like we're scaling the building," he said. "The back door's open. We just walk up a flight of steps. The view up there is incredible. You have to see it. Come on," he urged. Still, she felt unsure. She hated heights. Only the possibility of being up there with Dave stopped her from saying no immediately. He leaned in and kissed her. As he did, she felt her fear melt away. Around Dave, it was easier to be brave, to give in to the sense of excitement that came from being around him. She didn't want to let him down. "Okay," she said, "but just for a few minutes." Dave grinned that boyish grin he had and took her hand again, leading her towards the open door. They walked up the narrow, winding staircase, the sound of their footsteps echoing far too loud in the empty tower. Jill felt her heart racing, but she refused to let her fear show. They made their way up through the clock tower, winding around and around it on the seemingly endless staircase. As they climbed up the steps, Jill's heart raced with a mixture of fear and excitement. The clock tower was attached to Winterly's administration building, so if the two of them were caught here... The feeling of adventure was exhilarating. They eventually reached the top. Jill was a little out of breath, but she suspected that it was worth it to be up here. Dave pushed open the door to the observation deck. The view was enough to take her breath away all over again. The city lights glimmered below them, and the rain had subsided, leaving the air fresh and cool. Jill leaned against the railing, taking in the view. Dave walked up behind her and wrapped his arms around her waist. She leaned back into him, feeling his warmth and strength. Yes, it was definitely going to be worth it coming up here. "I'm so glad you came up here with me," he whispered in her ear. Jill found herself starting to relax, even happy she had come. Then suddenly she saw it. Something outside. A dark shape, on the hand of the clock. Something that seemed impossible, but Jill couldn't look away. She stiffened as she realized what it looked like. It looked like a body. "What's that?" she asked Dave in a whisper. "What?" he asked. His attention was clearly more on her than anything outside. Jill pushed him off. She approached the window despite herself needing to see. To know. She leaned forward slowly.
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"